I'm stretching anyway, I gotta work out later. So I always stretch before my workout. And then you want a muscle warm up, had a routine, but or not an exercise. It's heavy on the muscles, arm rotations. Got our healthy breakfast. Again, some of the best rice. It comes from organic grain. It is not an enriched grain. An enriched grain, that's ENRICHED, enriched, that you see on rice grain, it's a chemical process, that enrichment process. They remove the wheat germ and replace it with a synthetic lifelong germ that doesn't spoil. You think that's healthy? Like something that's been chemically processed and then you eat it? No, your body doesn't process those chemicals very well, buddy. If you think you do, you might want to check your noggin, bud. Might need a little Dr. Runeries going on at the moment. Gotta get oranges for breakfast. Yeah, eat a pair of these every day. At least one, you know what I mean? Got one chicken leg, yeah. That's a duck egg though, we're saving that one. I mean, they taste the same, but there's a little difference. Yeah. Alright, this will be our plates. So one of my quotes I didn't get. I mean, that's okay. There's different clients. Some clients are hunting the cheapest price. Some are hunting the one who gets the job done correct, as long as the price is decent. And there's some clients that don't even ask the price. They just want that job done. And when I go to tell them the price, I don't care. I'm like, all right, I'm coming. You know, so there's different kinds. And then like I said, then there's the desperate clients, the ones who are at the race for who's the cheapest. Those are the kinds you want to avoid. You can deal with them if you got to, but because there is innocence there of them thinking that all the work's the same, just the prices are different. No, the prices are different and the work's different. All right, let me get some light up in here. Good morning. Welcome to MakewithMike. Do yourself and me the first favor of the day. Click that subscribe button right up in the top right corner. And then get your organic egg and start whipping them up. Whippy. 2 eggs. 2 organic farm eggs. Thank you for the eggs, babies. You want the 1 or 1/2 waffle? Just the 1? Okay. Alright, touche. Ooh, that thing is bacon. Alright, now we're going to use some organic pink Himalayan salt. And this is the all-natural, keto-friendly, which is no additives, and there's just trace minerals and non-GMO HMO. So it's not sprayed with anything, and it's grown natural. So put about 3 crunches or 4. You're not going to taste it. Salt is good because it helps. You have potassium salt, and there's another kind. The electrolytes. The salt helps the electrolytes. It's like the catalyst. Endorphins, electrolytes, and salt somehow relate. I'm trying to remember how to explain that. It's a little difficult right now. or the equation. There's our whipped up eggs, just with pink salt. Alright, we got that. Alright. Then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this fork so I don't get egg juice everywhere. These are the kind of eggs I'm using today. Hey y'all, click that subscribe. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. That's how Nike influences people to buy the shoes and shirt. They put that "just do it" on there, and it subconsciously makes you just buy it. But so I might have to come out with that on my t-shirt. Always wear the just like it. Know what I mean? But this is gonna be our healthy breakfast. All right. It's really good because there's no grease, no air. This is air fry. I love me some air fry. So far we got our hash browns looking nice and crispy. You can say it with a W if you want, crispy. All right. Bam. Throw them flowers back in there. We gotta throw those mother flowers up in there. Boom. We're gonna poke a little hole in the middle with the finger. Or we're going to put an indentation, so we're going to pour our leftover eggs on top of those hash browns. So you're going to have like that eggy hash brown mix. And then what we're making today, folks, French waffles. Yeah, look at that. What? Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible. That's what we're doing. Let the excess drip off, because we're trying to make sure we got enough for all the waffles. Woo, it's soft. That tenderism. Alright. I kind of push it and then let go and let it rise up like a sponge. It soaks up that egg yolk. Wait till it stops dripping. Of course, I'm holding it over the bowl and over the sink. Alright, good enough. How many more waffles we got? Alright. Might as well throw this little piece in there. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. Let me try to not get eggs on my hand here. So when you got a little bit left for the French waffles, yes, I said French waffles, French toast. Look at that, egg right on top of the hash brown. I do like the glass air fryer, yes. You gotta clean every time you use it. Nah, I can sit way over there if I want to. And I can see, yep, it's not done yet. I don't gotta get up and go look. And plus, I don't like bugs. I like to give minimal places for bugs to hide. I don't have any, and I haven't since I moved in here. And I thank God for that, because a lot of places in Florida have bugs. Yeah. This is what I use for my pest control defense stuff. I use this stuff. It's called like generation control, Gentrol. Point source. Now what I learned, these are what you want to use. They're called hormone disruptors. It doesn't let them mate. So it doesn't matter if there's a whole family or hundreds of them around, they can't mate and they'll die. So yeah, I bought this maybe 3 months ago and I haven't seen any. Or 4 months ago. However long I moved here. Back in, I think I moved here in September or October. Yeah, I've been here more than 4 months almost. But yeah, remember, I say this every video. I'll keep repeating it. I'd rather repeat something that's of useful information. Stay away from processed sugar. You don't have to quit processed sugar, because I don't want you to get mad. Oh, I love sugar. Great, keep loving it. But go to organic cane sugar, brown sugar, sugar that has moisture in it. Don't go to how do you make something concentrated? If I wanted to concentrate this orange, what would I do? I would take all the moisture out of it and it would leave behind just a half a teaspoon of powder would be left. So that's what they do to crystal sugar. They dehydrate it. You dehydrate it. It removes all the moisture, and it's 100 times stronger. And it also has stem cells that causes cancer to grow. It's also chemically produced. Yes, chemical. You want to stay away. They passed a law 20 years ago, or more than 20 years ago, like decade. Let's just say they passed a law decades ago where sugar did not have to tell you how it was made because they wouldn't sell anything that they just told you. So they passed a law to where it just has to say the word sugar. So if you see the word sugar, know that that's processed sugar. It should say organic cane sugar, fruit sugar, natural sugar. If you see the word sugar, that means processed sugar. They passed a law to make that possible. Yes, they did that. We're getting the French waffles going. Woo! French pancakes, French waffles, French orange juice. Frenchie, French bulldogs. Hey, thanks for the 2 likes. Can you click subscribe too? Happy Sunday. Someday it'll be Sunday instead of Monday. We can have fun today. Alright, let's see. Top chat. Oh, I got some chats. My bad. Can you eat orange? Cockroach. Yeah, ew. I don't know. Whenever I see a spider or a roach out the corner of behind me, it's like, you know, the spider sense tingling. How your ears on the inside of your ears will stand up to give you like a vibration. It like detects subtle movements or something, and it gives you like that goosebump feeling in your ear. But yeah, I don't like that creepy feeling. Not scared of bugs, they just gross me out. When there's thousands of them, yeah. Bugs are cute until they get an army and millions of them, you know. Yeah. It's kind of like the world. You know, if I don't put a border around my house, it'll get overran with bugs and stuff. It's kind of like the country, or kind of biblically history. The Wall of Jerusalem. It was instructed by God. He inspired people to put those walls up, the Wall of Jerusalem, because the city had fires everywhere, similar to today's world, where the fires everywhere. But yeah, there was fire, there was disease and famine and vexation of the spirit. Vexation is a good word. I learned too. Vexation is when your soul is tired and feels guilty and it wants to do the right thing, and it's just this tiring feeling of, I failed, let me repent, try again, fail, let me repent, try again. That's called vexation of the spirit. It's where your soul is starting to get tired from all the sins that you've done and the trying and tribulations. But don't let vexation of the spirit make you ever surrender. Always keep fighting for the good. Remember, you're going to struggle in this life, whether you do evil or good. So you might as well do it for the good. If it's harder to be good in some aspects than bad, so what? Nothing. You're going to have to submit to somebody. You don't want to submit to God? Well, you're going to have to submit to the devil. The devil's going to make you his biatch. That's what the devil's going to do. So where you rather fear the God or the devil? At least we know God can destroy the devil as he created him. He created evil. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I, the Lord, created evil and good. Yes, I, the Lord, created these things. Calm and alarm. It's like demons are on a chain. He'll let them go when he got to, but you know what I mean? He created the test. He designed the monsters of the test. They didn't design itself. That's a role. That's a role the devil has to play. Yeah, he's got to play that role out. You know? It's a physical temptation test. That's what Earth is about. Physical temptation test. Or permanent spiritual morals. Permanent things cause pain in the beginning. but over time start to make sense and settle. Temporary joys are immediately no pain in the beginning. You're just enjoying, like example, you're eating a bunch of sugar and sweets and chocolate. You just enjoy immediately. A couple of months goes by, you got a cavity in your tooth, your teeth starting to fall out, you got diabetes, blah, blah, blah. That's temporary joy, but it causes long-term pain. That's what physical temptations do. Or you can have spiritual morals, like, for example, exercising. You're not going to want to work out. You're going to feel that pain and you're going to stop. You got to push through that pain to see the results and to develop that mentality and to see the benefits of your schedule and your mental, physical. Yes. Don't seek things, don't love things of this world, that is for sure. Because you will make it your God, whether you know it or not. Don't fall in love with sugar. You're going to get overdoses. Overdose of sugar and will give you a cavity, dementia, diabetes, glaucoma, neuropathy, lose your limbs, get your legs cut off. Your legs absorb more sugar than any part of your body. So your legs are like a sponge, they just absorb sugar. So always pay attention to the bottom of the feet. If you get these little bumps, those are diabetic bumps. And if you quit eating sweet, you'll notice they'll disappear. Because I actually had those, and I've never had them since I quit. Gotta get some coffee. Yeah, so all you need is faith. Faith is what saved the thief on the cross. Remember that. Yeah, some people think, oh, it's convenient. He was going to die. That's why he believed. No, doesn't matter. Actually, that's when God does want us to be saved. He wants, in Hebrews chapter 4, it talks about the convenience and the perfect timing we should seek to be saved. And as long as the intent and the intention of the heart is genuine, then yes, it will. That's why Jesus said to the thief, when he did say that he believed him, and he never met him before, never been baptized, but he got baptized right then with spiritual water. That's why John says one will come to baptize with stronger than water, with spiritual water. Yeah. That's why he said today you will be with me in paradise. Yeah, doesn't work. Remember, faith is believing without proof. If you're seeking proof, it ain't genuine faith. The funny thing is, in hindsight, after you start your genuine faith, which is, remember, faith is to believe without proof. Once you start looking for, stop looking for proof and you have genuine faith, like you really believe, you will gain proof from the daily testimonies, miracles, blessings, signs, abundance that no one else could ever possibly, no soul could, or spirit or demon could ever bless you with stuff that Christ does. So, yeah. Imagine creating a video game and then not being able to join your own video game you created. Well, not being able to play the character. Imagine you have the controller and you're controlling the character and the character is going through Earth. To me, that's a representation of Christ and God. They're like, oh, it's two different people. Yeah, but one's controlling that character. I'm telling you. But I know it says seated that the Father is none other than the Savior. But they're of the same Spirit. They're both of the God Spirit. They're both able, you know what I mean? That's why they identify as one. Like an egg has three parts, the egg, the shell, and the yolk. But it's still an egg. Or multiverse, you know what I mean? Because he's outside of time, he can go back and, you know what I mean, he can do whatever. And just because we don't know, remember, that's not a reason to not believe something, because you don't know the answer. Like if you don't believe in God, does that mean he's real? So that means he stopped existing because one person doesn't believe? No. The reality is they're going to be evil and good. It's impossible for all of us to be saved. So we have to keep that in mind and quit pretending that all of us are going to the same place afterwards. Some of us don't want to submit to nobody, just our own selves and our own desires and our own temptations, which will leave us dead. You know? You're created by the Creator to serve Him, not ourselves. That's selfish. How would you feel building a robot and it takes off down the road, disappears, you never see it again? You're like, hold on now, I know I designed you for something. You're supposed to clean the house and do this and There's our French waffles. Here's our French hash brown. Hash brown with egg on top. And that's what we're looking like right here. Let me turn this around now. We just got to get some coffee going and then we'll be done. Where's that water? How much water is in here? Alright, chat, we finna get some coffee going. Isn't that the best part of anybody's cooking breakfast video when that coffee... Doesn't that Folgers, the inflection of the Folgers commercial just enter into you? Like, best part of waking up. Tap, tap, subscribe, like, share, link, and comment. The best part of waking up is have 1 million subscribers. But yes, we all would like to be rich, of course. Some want to fuel financial fantasies that they've never had the money to do before, all this stuff they've never done. Yes, I've been there, done that, learned my lesson. So the next time I stumble upon large amounts of money, like over 100 grand or something, which I've done before, but I've spent it not the best. Not the worst, but not the best. But I've learned lessons from that, and the mistakes from the past is the wisdom of the future. Even God says, don't be upset with Him when He punishes you. So don't look at it as a punishment. Look at it as a lesson. Well, you don't want to gain. You know how when your parents punish you, how you can be angry at your parents. Don't. Like, think about going back in time when your parents punish you and trying to correct you for the right reason. That you submitted to that, and you're like, okay, I did this wrong. Okay, I need to clean my room. I get it. When you're a kid, you don't understand the purpose even clean the room. You're just angry because you're told to do it. But I know if today we can go back then, we would, yeah, of course, that's sensible, we would do it. Because in hindsight, wisdom we have now. So the mistakes of our past is the wisdom of the future. Whether you choose to use it or not, or your perception grasps onto it and decodes it down into your brain. Whether you got enough SD card data up in there, or you ain't formatted it in a while. You might need an update. Tell him. The only thing you need to get by in this world is God. That's it. Alright, y'all. Here comes the coffee show. Today we're using different. Usually I did... that was a different coffee no one's seen before. What was that? Oh, what? I went from like 17 to 0. What? Let me find out. Let me find out. Look at my little lucky duckies. Hold on, y'all. I'll get the camera back around. Hold on. See that blue? That's for the like button. Tap, tap. Click that subscribe button right up in the corner. Look, we're gonna get the fireplace going for you, keep you warm while you wait. We're finna get the coffee going. The best part of waking you up is taste your choice in your cup. Know what I mean? Little bam, bam, pat, pat. Alright, that should wake us up. Coffee is a coming. Coffee. The best coffee on YouTube. It's fitting to come right up in 3, 2, 1. Click subscribe. Oh yeah. Let's you look at it. Look at it. Look at that. Oh yeah. Definitely worth the subscription. Right in the middle of the coffee pour. You're telling me that's not the universe putting you where you're supposed to be at this very moment? That's where you're supposed to be. Subscribe, like, and share. Share if you dare. To make your friends and family care. That's what's going on over here. Alright. Enough games, y'all. Time for the breakfast. Time for the bon appetit, okay? Let's set the stage real quick. Blankies for the dog on the couch. Little Florida sunshine up in there. Yes, there's so many insects in Florida. They love the humidity. They can survive just off the moisture in the air. Oh, I'm not thirsty anymore. Whereas in other states, it's dry in the air. You'll. I imagine being ashy in another state, or that's not here. Because Florida, you got humidity. It's like lotion in the air. You can just grab some and throw it on there. Not up north. It's dry. It's dry up there. Looks pretty good though, right? Orange, French hash brown, French toast. Everything's organic, so no panic, you know what I mean? We got the coffee cup sliding in the frame. That steam means subscribe. Don't ask why it means it, this is what it means. The less you ask, the more we know, you know? If you don't want to go bald this year, subscribe. Telling you, that's just the way the universe works these days. Oh, the most important recipe to this coffee. You ready? We gotta put a little pink salt. That's gonna help our endorphins travel. With the electrolytes, the salt-based kind. And then we're going to have raw organic honey from the local state of Florida, because we live in Florida. We want local honey with local bees for local allergies. Boom. We're going to put about 3 spoons all up in there. Now, I don't like adding sugar to the coffee, so that's the way I'll sweeten it a little. No one's ugly, bro. It's all about perception. Don't go calling yourself ugly. That's not good. Your personality is what people are going to notice. They won't remember your face too much. A little bit, but they're going to remember you as who you are. Alright, for example. What's somebody... Okay, everybody knows Trump. When you think of Trump, do you think of his personality or his face? Well, probably both. but which one has a bigger impact? If he didn't have no personality, he would just look like a normal... You know what I mean? That personality makes you stand out. So just work on who you are as a person. Pray, too. Stay connected. Tell God to help you be more outgoing or whatever. Have more charisma. I'm telling you, the ugliest guy in the world can have the most beautiful woman. Easy. Remember Beetlejuice from Howard Stern? He had all kind of hot mom. But alright, here goes that honey. We're going to put 3 spoons. I like to use a fork because it has 4 points to mix a little better. The spoon is curved. It doesn't get the edges. 2 and 3. There we go. Florida, honey. Subscribe. Clickety click, tappity tap. Marjorie. How do you say subscribe in Portuguese? How do you say? Nobody can hear you. Sorry, my wife no can translate. I go to say your whole name really loud. Tell me how to say it. Ah. Hold on, I gotta get the dogs. The camera is in the kitchen. Scribe. That sounds a strange word. Jesus, Zavala. What's up? Shotguns Alley. Uh-oh. Wait, is her name Alley? Or does she live in like a bad alley with a shotgun to like protect the alley? Georgia M, yeah. Message retracted. What? Why'd you retract your message? It must have had a curse word, probably. Okay, we'll end the live, guy. I gotta go eat my breakfast now. This is Make with Mike, though. I'll be back. Hopefully, you'll be seeing me bust out all these tools and working on a big project shortly. Your home tells a story. Your home tells a story, yeah. It does. You know what? We gotta start getting like criminal minds, like kind of people, to watch people's life and start identifying serial killers based on what's in their home. That'd be something, right? Then people be thinking, oh crap, I better move this, they gonna know I'm a... Alright, y'all, I'll see you later. Check me out tomorrow morning. What's today's date? The January 25th. So January 26th, Monday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. 6 a.m. Florida time. 7 a.m. Florida time. Tap, tap. Become a tap dancer. Put some little fingers on them. Put some shoes on them fingers and tap dance on the screen. That's how you gotta do it these days. You gotta do it in style.